Is that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And so we're going to share with you some information about what you can do next.
All right.
Because if you got our robocall, you probably heard me say that if you know someone that benefits from SNAP, that they have a link card, November 1st, they're going to go into the store and get their groceries and swipe that card, and it's going to say decline.
Right.
Third Baptist operates a food pantry just across the street. Pastor Barclay operates a food pantry just down the street. The numbers are increasing. The food is not increasing. And so next up, I want to welcome someone who I've had the pleasure of working under and with, and is proud that she is continuing on to champion for people, all people, because everyone deserves to have food on their table. Please welcome Danielle Perry from the Greater Food Depository.
So much for having me today. My name is Danielle Perry. I am the Vice President of Policy, Advocacy, and Community Engagement at the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Many of you have heard of the Food Depository because we provide food to over 800 pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters across the county. What most of thank you. People know us for the food, but what some people do not know is that the Food Depository has a new mission. We just started this mission about a year ago, and it's not just to put food in the emergency food system, it's to end hunger. We can't end hunger by putting more and more food at a pantry. So what my job is to focus on policies that help us end hunger. And one of those is the SNAP program. SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. We always call it food stamps. And as the alderman said, most people recognize it by the link card. But what I'm here to tell you about is how powerful of a tool SNAP is. For the food pantry, for every meal we can provide at a pantry, SNAP provides 9. There's no amount of food that you can add to the pantry where we can make up for what SNAP can do in people's budget. So it's important for me to come here today and walk you through the changes that are in the big, beautiful bill and what we're gonna have to do to fight against them. So this is the last update to my deck. You go to the next slide. That's the mission now, to end hunger. And then the next slide is a little bit about me. You don't need to know that much about me, but just know I was an Obama appointee in USDA. I have a long career in agriculture. I ran a nonprofit in Inglewood called Growing Home. We had a huge urban farm. So I've been in the food space for a while now. And so now I've joined the Food Depository. You go to the next slide. Before I can talk about the bill, I have to tell you about hunger as it exists today. Next slide. Before COVID, the Food Depository was serving about 100 or so thousand families a month. Now we're serving almost 200,000 households a month. It's important for me to say this because we are about to walk into a new crisis at the height of need. 200,000 is the amount we were serving during COVID. So just imagine, here we go, about to start again, and we're already at that number that we were at COVID. Next slide. Wow. What it looks like in Chicago is that 1 in every 5 Chicago households are experiencing hunger, 1 in every 4 with children. Next slide. You might be asking yourself, why is it so high right now? Well, we all go to the grocery store. Things are expensive. Prices are up just generally. And so that is why you're seeing such a high need at this moment. Next slide. But it's not, I can't just tell you 1 in every 4 or 1 in every 5 without acknowledging that in neighborhoods where people look like us, it's even higher than that. That's because of generations of disinvestment, and because people in these communities are not, this bill didn't just hit them one way. It's not just the SNAP program or food stamps. It's a million different ways. When the alderman was naming all these different things, this is a family that we know, and they're about to be hit from every direction. Next slide. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the SNAP cuts, and we're going to get pretty deep in talking about food stamps. Next slide. So SNAP. In Illinois alone, we see about 2 million people who are on the SNAP program. In Cook County, that's almost 600,000 households or people. SNAP generates or brings into our state $4.7 billion a year. That's like about $280 million a month. So some people will listen and think, well, I don't receive food stamps, so this message is not for me. But it is. What do you think happens when the SNAP benefit, people lose their benefits? What happens at the grocery store? If they don't receive the revenue from SNAP, they'll have to let people go. They'll have to increase the prices for the rest of us. And for some of these stores, they will just close completely. So here we are fighting